Okay, guys, here it is.
We made it happen.
X12. This was a buck we earned, me and him, 100%. And our friend Nick is down below somewhere. The hike in here was so brutal that his hip is fucked up. He can't walk anymore. So I spotted this buck this morning right before 7 a.m. Barely can see him in the binoculars. He was across from us on a hillside, and I told these guys there's a deer. I finally give them some landmarks. They found it, and I tried to range him 7, 8 times. My rangefinder wouldn't give me a range. I don't know if it was so cold, whatever. It's terrible. It's fucked up that you can't get a range. You can't shoot. So finally Nick got a range, and he told me it's 408 yards. So I had to figure out how to shoot him because I don't have a bipod because the brush is too high everywhere. So in the panic, these guys were talking, and I told them, don't talk. I should have gotten the shooting sticks, right? Yeah. But instead I chose to grab the backpack and put it on a rock to shoot. And it was too high off the ground. It was unstable. The back of the gun was just in the air. And I was trying to figure out how to stabilize, put something else under the back. The deer started moving up while I was doing that, and I lost track of him. So I said, where's the deer? And this guy goes to the right, and on the top, he's almost to the ridge line. He had moved up quite a bit up. And when I finally found him, he was on the skyline. He was like 3 seconds, and he went over. So we were like, I was just so crushed that this is the only deer we've seen. I'm grateful to so many people, his friends, a fellow named Gonzalo something, I can't remember his last name, and Ryan Block. He sent me a bunch of pins. We checked out all those places, right?
Yeah, thank you guys, thank you.
We appreciate it, and we climb fucking vantage points, hard ridges to climb. Zero deer, zero. So when this one got away, I told him, let's chase him. We might find him on the other side, but chasing is one thing. Doing it, we were on a huge ridge, and we had to crash through the trees. Steep, man. I don't know how we didn't break a leg. Through the trees, across the creek, and up the next ridge. And it took us an hour and a half. It was just a long way. It's slow, man. I mean, I'm 60 years old. I can barely breathe. I don't know how I didn't have a heart attack. So then we got on the top again where we thought he might be. We glassed every rock, every bush. We spent 40 minutes there glassing, nothing. So we said let's go to camp, see what happens in the evening. And we decided which way we're gonna drop off this ridge and hit the bottom to get to the trail again. And Fernando said, let's go through the trees. Maybe he's better in the trees.
And we just spook him right there.
And we're walking. We walked maybe 300 yards down. And Fernando goes, he's right there. And I go, where? He's right there. And I go, and I say, don't talk. And I drop my pack. And I'm trying to get my rifle off the pack because there's got like a D-ring that I have to push, and it opens the hooks and it releases the gun. I finally get the gun out, chamber around, and I look and I can see he embedded next to a tree, and he turned his head like this. I can see him. He was looking because Fernando had talked, and I took a standing shot, man. Yep. He was 45 yards or so through the trees. It was a little opening. And I held my breath, and when I thought that the crosshairs were right on him, I touched it off, and he jumped up, and I can see his leg was dangling. Yeah. I know I broke this leg, and then I see, I thought I saw his guts coming down, but it was just a stream of blood, like heavy blood coming out through his side. He ran out, and we start tracking him, and we found him about 45 yards below, stuck between 2 trees. Yeah. He was bedded, dude. I go, fuck, he's still alive. And he goes, no, he's dead. He's dead, dude. He was straight up. He was still alive. And I was like, really, is it dead? Yeah, it's dead. Don't shoot him. He says, so, and then, once we got at him and everything, that CX, the 120 I shot, it went low on one side because I was shooting, the angle was like this. And it came out the other, it broke the leg, and it shredded the heart. The heart was in pieces. Yeah. So I'm glad this happened, and even though it was a whole bad experience, I got burned on my points and everything, but thanks to a lot of people that helped me, I
Yeah, thank you for all your pins, guys.
Yeah, I managed to fill this tag, and you know, like I said, if anyone has an X12 in the future and I can help someone, I can share where we found this deer. But only a good guy. I'm not gonna talk about that person anymore. That's in the past, and everybody knows what he's about. But I'm happy as hell. We're gonna eat some deer tonight. We're gonna go barbecue some backstrap and rest and get out of the mountain tomorrow. So thank you, my brother. Appreciate you.
You're welcome, Frank.
All right.
It's a trip, but we made it happen, guys.
Yeah.
Just
Don't give up.
Don't give up. Keep doing it.
Keep trying.
Check this out.
That's a pretty buck. Let me get him a close up.
Go to the side. They can see the body, how big it is.
Yeah, dude, this is a giant deer. It's 4x4. Look at this deer. I mean, when we got him, freaking fat, layers of fat on the stomach, everywhere. This thing is sincerely a 200-pound deer. All right, well, here we go. It's time to start cutting it up. Let's do this.